Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a closer look at installing and of course dyno testing the Bama X4 SF4 Power Flash Tuner by SCT with 2 custom tunes available for the 99 to 04 Mustang GT and Bullitt. You should be checking this out for your own Mustang if you're looking to pick up a handheld custom tuner that caters to your vehicle, your specific mods to maximize your vehicle's performance. Now this tune comes with 2 custom tunes that I'll break down in this video, but before we jump into that and the features of the X4 device, what do you say we head over to the dyno and talk about some numbers? So we strapped our new Edge Mustang down to the dyno to establish a baseline run. Now keep in mind guys, for our baseline we did have 87 octane in the tank. We ran it completely bone stock, walked away with 221 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. We then of course uploaded our Bama 93 race tune, filled the tank with 93, ran it again under the same conditions and walked away with 229 horsepower and 274 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. Good for peak gains of about 8 horsepower and 14 torque at the rear wheels. Those numbers alone are pretty decent for just a simple tune, but under the curve it gets even better. Our curve gains are looking like up to 21 horsepower and up to 34 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels, which is really what you're gonna feel out on the road. As high as 34 torque under that curve is gonna make a huge difference to acceleration, throttle response, and overall drivability. The 93 race tune definitely performs. Now that we talked about dyno numbers, let's break down the features of the X4. Now the X4 is the successor to the popular X3 device from SCT. This guy has been updated to give you some additional features that I think you'll really enjoy. Now this guy here is going to provide 2 custom tunes from Bama Performance. Custom tune number 1 is going to be the lower octane 87 octane fuel, which is going to be great for guys looking to get just a little bit more out of their daily driver, maybe even a weekend warrior, without going too crazy on 93 octane fuel. So having that 87 octane tune allows you to have a little versatility when it comes to pump gas, going just a little bit above and beyond the factory tune. It's going to maximize a little bit of performance, give you a little more throttle response and acceleration, and for the automatic guys, it'll firm up those shift points. Now the 93 race tune is your other option, and that guy is really going to all out maximize your vehicle's capabilities, whether it's bone stock, mildly, or heavily modified. No matter which way you're going, that higher octane fuel is going to be great for people looking to really go all out on the road and get the best performance possible. Bama's going to take things into consideration like spark, timing, air-fuel ratio, a couple of those factory parameters they'll tweak in a safe manner, but giving you some good performance gains, as you saw on the dyno. Now this guy also has a number of other benefits that you can reap. You'll be able to use a Dtc Code Reader right on the device, DTC being your diagnostic trouble code. The check engine light comes on, plug this guy right into your Obd2 port on your new Edge. You'll read the code, understand it, get a description, and you can clear it right then and there without needing a separate Obd2 dongle. That's really useful for guys who are sick of running over to AutoZone to figure out what their check engine light's about. Do it right in your garage. Now this guy here also has some other features like the gauges and data log screen. Gauges, you can monitor live engine vitals all at once, up to 8 as a matter of fact, which is going to be great for the guys looking to see how their vehicle's performing at all times within the driver's seat in arm's reach. You can mount this guy using the Bama Windshield mount, which is sold separately. You can pick that up for your own device to mount it right there in the eyesight to safely monitor all of your parameters. You can also customize which parameters you look at which time, which is definitely useful. Aside from that, data logging is a capability, so if you ever want to record a data log run on your vehicle and communicate that back to Bama for a tune revision, you have that choice as well, and you can do it right on the device. From there, you can just upload it to your computer and email it over, and they have your data log. Speaking of revisions, the purchase of an X4 immediately enrolls you in the Bama Free Tunes for Life program. Now, that is a huge value when it comes to picking up a handheld tuner that not many other options out there would offer. When you pick up a Bama tuner in your X4, you get unlimited tunes for life, meaning anytime you add or remove a power adder from your vehicle, say a cold air intake, long tube headers, catback exhaust, we always are upgrading our vehicle, so anytime you do, you hit up Bama, they revise your tune, give you an updated file, including your new power adder to really maximize their performance without you having to pay anything extra for any additional tunes. That'll last a lifetime of you having that tuner and that vehicle paired. That whole value and the tuner itself comes in right around the $400 mark, which in my opinion isn't too bad compared to some of the other options out there. If you don't need a full touchscreen option that has all of this beautiful display, you just want a simple handheld that has all of that functionality, including Wi-Fi access and wireless updating, this device is going to be for you. The install, I'm going to give 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Anybody can tackle this in the driveway at home with, I'd say, about 20, maybe 30 minutes from start to finish. Obviously, no hand tools are needed. The Obd2 dongle is included in the kit for you, so you can just plug it in and get going. Now, I'm going to show you every single step of that process. We're going to jump over to our new Edge to show you what it looks like. What do you say we take a look? First step here for your X4, grab the Obd2 harness included in the kit. We're gonna have to plug it into the Obd2 port located under the driver's side dashboard. Now it's on the right side kick panel. Basically what you're gonna do is plug this guy right in, and then the opposite side is gonna be plugged into the top of your X4. So this guy's gonna go right up here. Now we can shut the door, put the key in the ignition, turn it on, but don't start our engine, and get to tuning. Next step, what you want to do is take your key, put it in the ignition. You do not want to start your engine, just turn that guy on. It'll boot right up to the main menu here. Now, first thing we're going to do is jump right into program vehicle. You just want to hit continue on the street notice, basically saying it's not legal for use or sale in California on pollution controlled vehicles. You want to turn the key on, exactly what it says, press continue. All right, so ours moved right into the program vehicle screen. If yours is brand new right out of the box, you may need updates to the tuner itself, both software and firmware. That often comes out from SCT, so it may ask you to connect to Wi-Fi before beginning anything, in which case you want to be within range of a Wi-Fi network. We're already connected, so it jumps right forward to the program vehicle screen. Now this is really important. You will have 2 tunes out of the box. So what you're gonna do is select the tune at this menu that you wanna flash to your vehicle. So if you wanna flash an 87 octane tune, that should be an option there. If you wanna flash a 93 race tune, that'll also be an option. What you see on this screen will depend on what you uploaded to the tuner. So if you received both tunes but only put one on the tuner on your laptop, then that's what you're gonna have here. So we're only focusing on 93 race, so that's what we have available. So I'm gonna select that guy and move forward. Now it will let you know that it's going to disable the preloaded tune. We want to hit confirm on that. It's basically saying that the preloaded tune that comes on the SCT device that allows you to modify just certain parameters of the vehicle's tune, it's going to disable that, which is okay. We're going with the custom anyway. So hit continue to process that. It may prompt you to turn the key off, which you want to do, and then wait for further instruction. Then it says turn the key back on, but don't start the engine again. At this point, it is saving your stock file to the device in case you ever wanted to revert back to stock. That option will be there right on your X4. It'll load 0 to 100 a couple of times. You just want to be patient and let it do its thing. You do not want to unplug the device for any reason at all. It'll brick the ECU possibly, and it'll corrupt some of the tune files. So just make sure you're letting it load, do its thing, and it'll move into flashing the vehicle, and then we'll be done. All right, so as you can see, it started processing again. Now it says ECU, downloading tune. It's basically flashing the vehicle at this point. So it's gonna load a little bit slower than it did that first time saving your stock file. So again, just be a little patient and it'll be done in just a couple of minutes. All right, so once it clears the codes, it's going to prompt you to say download complete. You can hit done. It'll take you right back to the main menu. At this point, you can unplug the device if you'd like, take your key out of the ignition, you're good to go. All right, so before we go, I wanna walk you through some of those features that we talked about in this video. And we already looked at the program vehicle screen, so up next would be gauges and data log. Now, if you click on that guy, you wanna make sure the key is on and in the ignition. This is basically going to let you monitor live engine vitals on the fly. The first thing you'll need to do is select the proper configuration. Now, we're in a 99 GT, so what we're gonna do is go down and find Ford gas vehicle, so it's not a diesel, and it's 07 and prior. So we'll select that guy, press continue, just starts off with the proper configuration. Now that default screen for gauges loads 2 gauges. The top guy is battery voltage, the bottom guy is coolant temp. Now those you can customize and you can change the layout if you want to show more. So let's stick with 2 for now. Say I want to change battery voltage and I want to know coolant temp. So let's change battery. You just click on it, select item, and then you have a list of options. There's coolant temp, desired idle RPM, fuel pump duty cycle, idle speed, valve duty cycle, intake air temp, engine load. You can scroll down, there's a number of other options. You can track RPMs, spark, vehicle speed, so many options. Now say you want to change battery voltage to say intake air temp. So we'll select it. You can change units, so if it says Celsius, you can change it to Fahrenheit, vice versa. Hit approve, and it replaces battery voltage with what we selected. All right, so as you can see, it replaced battery voltage with intake air temp. Now, if you wanted to change the layout, you just go to the right, go down to select gauge layout, and there's a number of configurations to choose from here. So that was just a top and bottom 2 gauge screen, but there's a 3, a 4, a 6, and then as much as 8. So you can really monitor a lot. So say we wanted to check out the 8. So as you can see, 4 on the left, 4 on the right. You can also change the layout in terms of portrait or landscape, so that's easier for you. On the back of the device, there's 2 slots for your windshield mount, which makes it easier so you can rotate that and select your layout that way. Alternatively, you can data log using certain gauge screens. So if you wanted to record a data log, communicate that back to Bama, maybe possible revisions, you can do so here. You can start recording, and then if you hit stop data log, it'll take you back to the main menu, and you can then take it to your laptop or computer and email it over. Under that, there's vehicle functions, so you can select that, and there's a Dtc Code Reader, DTC being that diagnostic trouble code. Check engine light comes on, plug this guy in, you can read the code, get a brief description, and you can also clear it. Now, special functions most people won't have to touch, things like cam relearn, so we're not going to jump into that today, but it is there as a functionality. If you hit exit, back to the main menu. Vehicle info will give you things like the VIN number, ECU strategy code, important aspects of the vehicle information for requesting tunes. Device info will give you similar aspects, but more device-oriented, things like device serial number, which is a good one to have for requesting tunes. There also is going to be things like battery voltage will be in there as well, what it's reading from the vehicle, and then finally software firmware version and how many unlocks you have left. Unlocks being you can unlock it from your vehicle and transfer it to another, but there is a limited amount of flashes you can do. That list will be there as well. Device settings going to be useful as well. Check for updates, which corresponds with Wi-Fi. So you can connect it to a Wi-Fi network, check for a software and firmware update from SCT. If one is available, you can download it wirelessly via that. Now, there's also simple settings. Brightness for the day and night modes, display orientation, like I said, you can rotate that. Theme's a good one. If you want to change from red, say you want to change it to blue, that's an option. Dark is as well. Keep that guy on red for now. There's a couple of other options, really simple ones. I think startup function's another important one. If you are mounting it on the windshield, keeping it plugged into your Obd2 just because you want to utilize the gauge screen every day, I would suggest changing the startup function to gauges. Anytime you start the vehicle and this is plugged in, it will immediately boot to the gauge screen. I think that's super convenient. That way you don't have to navigate the menus every time. Finally, you can do a factory reset if you'd like. If you hit exit, back to the main menu, that's your X4. Well guys, that's gonna wrap up my review, install, and dyno test for the Bama X4 SF4 Power Flash Tuner from SCT, available with 2 custom tunes, fitting all 99 to 04 Mustang GTs and Bullets. If you wanna pick this guy up, you can do so right here at AmericanMuscle.com.